back to the news at 10. Now, we're still monitoring closely the results of the PDP governorship primaries here in Lagos State. We were told initially that it was peaceful, but now we understand that an argument has broken out between the party members and organizers of the primaries. Shewa Kimberly, our political correspondent, is on the ground there. Shewa, can you tell us what has happened?
Well, what we have seen, earlier on I mentioned the difference that happened between the delegate list, the number of delegates expected, which was supposed to be 806, and at the end of the voting process, the electoral officer announced 863. And at the end of it all, this is what has caused the disagreement between some of the agents and some of the aspirants. And you can see from the background, some people are agitated and saying that the votes will not be counted, while some others believe it should be counted. Some people believe that the difference of these votes will nullify the process, but some other aspirants don't believe so. And from what you can hear in the background, I'll allow my cameraman to just move towards my right to show one of the aspirants who is so aggrieved and is not happy at all with the situation of things here. But no matter what, the electoral officer just behind me, they've gone ahead with the counting, but the aggrieved aspirants are all over the place and they're agitating. They're saying that this must not happen. Let me allow you a minute so that you can see what is happening here. Discrepancy in the numbers is what has degenerated into this point right now. But then what we have now is that the electoral officer has gone ahead with the counting. Let me allow you to see some of the pictures right now.
37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46.
Now, what our political correspondent, Shewa Kimbare, is trying to tell us there is that it's...
All right, well, that's the counting.
Okay, Shewa, what I was trying to ask you, actually, if you can hear me, is have they given any reason for that discrepancy? Yes, you said that there's a discrepancy in the figures. Yeah. What is the reason behind the difference in the numbers, if you can hear me, Shewa?
Well, the reason, all right, it's getting rowdy right now. It's getting rowdy. I hope you can see what is happening in my background right now. If my cameraman can just move slightly to my left now, this is what is happening. We see some of the ballot has been taken away from there, and this is what is happening. Aspirants also are agitated. People are looking around to see what exactly is happening, but we see that ballot has been taken away, and security officials are chasing those that are taking the ballot. But what exactly is the explanation tonight is that the expected delegates for this exercise is little less than the lawful delegates who showed up eventually. There are the lawful delegates and there are the expected ones. They anticipated 806, but at the end of the day, those who showed up are slightly more than those who they anticipated, and that's what has caused this kind of crisis we've seen tonight.
I'm just going to let you get to a safe position. We can see that it's become a bit unruly there, so you do your best, keep safe, and let us know what's happening. But I'm going to try to make sense of it for the rest of you back home. What Sharon is actually telling us is that there's a discrepancy in the number of delegates at that particular primaries. Some people feel that the discrepancy shouldn't nullify the process. Others, as you've seen there, don't think that should be the case. Ballot boxes have been snatched at the moment. Security personnel are running after them, trying to get the boxes back. Obviously, a very fluid situation. We don't know how it is going to turn out, but we are hoping at the end of the day, peace will be restored and some sort of way forward will be found. We don't know now what is the outcome or what is going to happen, but what we can tell you is that this argument has broken out. Obviously, counting cannot continue in this situation, as we see on our screens. Happening right now for us, the outcome of the PDP primaries. We're still awaiting news from Sheon. We know that at the moment we've asked him to be safe. And we will bring you what we have when we do have it. For now, we're going to continue with the news at 10. I believe we're going to move on to something more cheerful. That's sports news. Olumide Macaulay is standing by. Olumide.
Welcome to Sports News. Over 240 schools will participate in the 2014-2015 season of the GTBank Ogun State Principals Cup. Organizers of the football tournament, Guarantee Trust Bank, say it's focused on extending the grassroots football competition to other states, owing to successes the Principals Cup have achieved in Lagos and Ogun states. For 2 seasons, the GTBank Ogun State Principals Cup has continued to produce young talent in the game of football, an achievement the bank cherishes.
One of the things we all like about Ogun State is the level, the children, the way they play football is, is at such a high level. And we're happy to hear that 2 students went on to represent the Nigeria and in Botswana. And we're really excited about this. The level of football, I must say, in Ogun State is very different.
The football competition bound students from every area of the states together, an opportunity they don't enjoy while in their classrooms.
And sporting activities is a lifelong process of proper coordination of the brain and use of other parts of the body, while education is the training acquired from birth to birth. Both sporting activities and education come to practice in GTBank Ogun State Principals Cup competition. Both therefore develop the students mentally, physically, socially, emotionally, and morally to make them greater future leaders.
The Ministry of Sports and Youth Development also share in the success story of the football competition, which has enabled the state to produce players that feature in the country's national team.
Based on record at this junction, that the conduct and zeal of players of participating schools has continued to improve, and 2 of the talents discovered last season are already in the over 15 national camp as captain and goalkeeper respectively.
Elimination will start at the preliminary stage, as over 300 secondary schools in the state will participate in both the male and female categories. To basketball, Benue State dominated the 16th edition of the Milo Secondary School Basketball Championships, winning the girls and boys category. Organizers of the tournament, Nestle Nigeria, expressed delight at the level of competition displayed by the future stars. Our sports correspondent, Austin Okonakwan, reports.
That's how these entertaining kids welcomed spectators to the final of this year's Milo Secondary School Basketball Championship. And action got underway with the girls' final match between CAC Grammar School Akure, Ondo State, and Government Secondary School Boko, Benue State. The girls from Akure put up a late fight in the 4th quarter, but with the inspiring Duwuse Akeda at her best, Government School Boko won the game 35 to 25 points.
Because of our coach, he taught us how to play the game. That's why I'm like this, but I'm still learning.
From Nestle Nigeria PLC, the objective of developing basketball at this level has been achieved.
Yeah, what we strive for is to improve skills, improve professionalism, and take basketball from one level to the next. And we're at the next level now.
We have players in the National League. In fact, I'm always very proud to say over half of the players in the Nigerian Basketball League have passed through the Milo Championship.
The boys' final between Jesus College Otukpo, Benue State, and Henson Demonstration Group of Schools, Benin, Edo State, was a cracker. With the 7-foot-tall Emmanuel Mafia contesting for the jump ball, winning it was a sure thing. His team also went on to get the first points of the game. The boys from Benin won the first quarter 23 to 14 points, but in the second, the guys from Otukpo turned it around to lead 31 to 35 points. They sustained the momentum and went on to win.
Yeah, it's just hard job, hard job. We always train in morning and evening. Make sure we made it up to the final. And thank God we came here and we are now going home as a champion.
So, meet the winners of the 16th edition of the Milo Secondary School Basketball Championship. And it's a double for Benue State. Austin Okunakpan, Channels Television News.
Finally, and in football, Arsenal trained this morning ahead of their Champions League match against Galatasaray tomorrow night. Manager Arsene Wenger supervised the training at the club's London Colney facility before the flight to Istanbul. The Gunners are already through to the knockout stages and will finish tops if they win in Istanbul and Borussia Dortmund lose at Anderlecht. That's it on Sports News tonight. Ijoma will be back with the rest of the news at 10 now.
All right, now over now to the foreign scene. A maid in Uganda, Jolly Tumuriwe, has admitted torturing a toddler and is asking for forgiveness. 22-year-old Jolly was charged in court with the torture of an 18-month-old girl after a video of the assault went viral on the internet and caused an outrage. The child's father, Eric Kamanzi, says he installed a hidden camera in his home after noticing his daughter was bruised and limping. Jolly has asked the court, the parents and Ugandans to forgive her. Terrible. And on entertainment news tonight, Plantation Boys reunite in Lagos to bring back old hits. Here's Milo Ogundele with the details.
Here are your trending entertainment stories. Dubai-based Nigerian gospel artist Funke Akiogun has shared her experience performing as a gospel artist in the Arabian country. The singer, who claims to be the first person to stage a gospel concert in the Arab state, told Entertainment News on Channels Television that she will soon begin to perform gospel tracks in Arabian language.
I love languages. And I love to do songs in different languages also, to be able to reach out to people, not only to Nigerians, but people outside Nigeria.
Remember Aski, the former Kenny's Music act whose debut single in the late 90s, Soji, catapulted him to stardom, is set to make a return to music as he has teamed up with producer K-Solo for a new track titled Na You. The singer, whose real name is Razak Lawal, went into a self-imposed hiatus shortly after his break into mainstream, at a period when fellow artist Rugged Man called him out in his track for sampling successful tracks by foreign artists. And veteran Yoruba movie actor Toyin Adebola celebrated 3 decades of active acting in Osun State over the weekend. Family, friends, and colleagues turned up to celebrate with the star of the 90s movie, Ashewo Toremeka. Finally, on entertainment news tonight, members of the pioneer R&B group Plantation Boys, including Two-Face, Blackface, and Faze, reunited on stage for a brief performance in Lagos over the weekend. Members of the disbanded group, who have all recorded varying degrees of success as solo artists, turned up to perform their old hits, including Knock Me Off, Don't You Know, and many other hits from the 90s. That's it on entertainment news. Let's head back for the minis.
Thanks a lot, Maya. Well, this is going to be a specially extended version of the news at 10 as we follow the outcome of the PDP primaries here in Lagos. Let's go back to our political correspondent, Sheung Okimbaloye. Sheung, what's happening now?
What's happening is now that the police have barricaded the counting arena. The security operatives are making sure that there is a barricade around the counting area. Senator Milo, the official that is sent from Abuja, is here and is presiding over it. Aggrieved aspirants are going around the room here and are very unhappy with the situation. The question they are asking is, how come there was an announcement of 806 delegates, and at the end of the day, there are 863 ballots in the end, and that's the discrepancies of some of the aspirants, that they need to explain how 806 delegates entered into the hall, and at the end of the day, there was 863 votes, and that's what they are asking. But in any case, the officials are going ahead with the counting. One of the aspirants now, maybe you can hear him, Mr. Babatunde Dadamosi, is around the room, is over there, and he's really showing his grievance. So that's him over there, and you can see he's been going around the room showing his grievance, showing how much he's unpleased with, not impressed with the process so far, and he has asked that the officials here should explain to him what exactly has happened. But what we're seeing so far is that votes for about 4 of the aspirants have been counted, and we already know some of the figures for some of the aspirants. But the last aspirant vote is being counted. That's Jimmy Agbaje's vote is being counted, and at the end of the day, that's when we will know for sure who is leading in this process. Ijama.
All right, thanks a lot, Shehu. Thanks for sticking with it. Thanks for staying up there, and do keep yourself safe, as I've said. Now, let me try and bring you up to speed with what Shehu was trying to tell us there. We know that the process in Lagos has taken a bit of an ugly turn, with an argument breaking out between party agents and organizers of the poll. What are they angry about? They began with 806 delegates, and in the end, there are 863, so they don't quite know why that has happened, and there is no explanation being given to them either. At the moment, they are very aggrieved, and the police have barricaded the counting area. And let me tell you, counting is still going on in spite of all that. Well, let's take our main news again. Now, the People's Democratic Party has produced a number of candidates for the governorship poll next year, following the conduct of primary elections across the country today. And of course, in Lagos, the story is ongoing of how that result has ended. Well, that's the news at 10 tonight. Indeed, we will be getting back to Shehu and how we're going to do that. Tonight, we debut our news at midnight. So you do stay with us for news at midnight, and we get back to Shehu Okimbaloyo to tell us just how this whole drama is going to unfold. That's the news at 10 tonight. Thank you so much for staying with us. It's goodbye from me. I'm Ijoma Onyato.